Seems like people were in their feelings about Tori's recent video. There was one reply from the comment section that caught my attention, and that was the one from BiggsyIsGod, and I'm going to break down why it's problematic. Actually, Big C, Tori was describing racism as a whole, which includes systemic and institutionalized racism as non-whites people, non-white peoples deal with racism not just on those two levels, but also on a social, interpersonal, and cultural level. That's how deep the poison of racism is entrenched in our lives and our world. That's why it can't be watered down to just hatred or intolerance based on race or ethnicity. This is a straw man of Tori's position, especially given that she said in her video that if you do want to call Black people racist, go ahead, but know that you're deflecting from the main problem at hand, which is white supremacy and its continued perpetuance, not just in the United States, but around the world. Your example doesn't refute the continued perpetuance of white supremacy, though. And yes, while the young Blasian woman, Black and Asian, received hate from Chinese people, it wouldn't have been as much hate if she were Chinese and white. Why? Because while there is a reason for to dislike white people, thanks to the history of racism, colonialism, and imperialism, the Chinese do recognize that white people always have been and continue to be on the top of the racial, social, and cultural hierarchy in the world. And even hate for one's own oppressor doesn't stop the oppressed from internalizing and adapting to the beliefs, systems, and standards from their oppressor. Look at how every country and every continent that has felt the effects of white imperialism and colonialism have adapted systems like anti-Black racism and intraracial colorism within their own societies and cultures. Definitions for things change or expand over time. Things like that happen in science too. When new information is discovered, the definitions and theories or concepts are updated. It seems like you take issue with this in regards to race and racism as a, system and a social construct. And that's a personal problem, Big Z. You should really stop projecting and trying to make it everyone else's.